let's talk about fear. We can start right here with public speaking. This is mildly terrifying, but we all have a lot of fears. We've got many fears. We have fear of the dark. We have fear of flying. We have fear of clowns. We have fear of the dark, being flying in the dark with clowns and speaking publicly. We're lousy with fear. This is what I want to talk about today, a specific kind of fear, creative fear. As someone who sells ideas for a living, I run into this all the time, and it's very frustrating. But more importantly, I think it actually hurts the American economy. I think it's a big danger to business. Now, I'm not talking about this kind of creative fear. As people who like ideas, we all know this fear, the fear of the blank page. But this fear is healthy. It makes us better. It makes us push further. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about instead is this problem, and it's endemic. Let's switch mics. I'm talking about the fear of noise. Anyway, think about this. It's the fear of the new idea. You don't believe me? Think about Blockbuster. Blockbuster had the opportunity to try something new, to buy Netflix 10 years ago for $50 million. Today, Netflix is valued at $20 billion, and Blockbuster is out of business. Whoops. And this is a problem. The business default is to no. No to the new, no to the untried, because they value predictability. They create replicable processes, and they just want to repeat them over and over and over. Unfortunately, that's not how creativity works, he said, looking for the creative thing. Inspiration rejects automation. It's not the same. Inspiration couldn't care less about your flowchart or your EBITDA. Inspiration can be made more dependable, but it will never be as dependable as, say, manufacturing widgets. Ambiguity is really where creativity lives, in the possible. That's where creativity comes to life. And that's where ideas blossom. So possibility plays a major role when the outcome is uncertain, and that's where creative lives. But to get these two reconciled, we need to stop equating uncertainty with risk. That's just fear talking, fear of the unknown. We've got to get over that and start embracing possibility as opposed to predictability. Because rationality, what's rational is temporal. Things will change. What makes sense today, what's supported by the data today, might not make sense tomorrow. I mean, you don't believe me? Think about payphones and fax machines. There was data supported. But the next day can look kind of simple. This is a big thing. If we don't say failure, we should say experiment. Try little things. See what can happen. Try to place 1 million small bets. And a lot of businesses are doing this. They're trying to place small bets, and that gives me great faith. But this, it runs into the jackbooted conformity of eliminating variables, and that's absolutely the worst thing you can do. It's absolutely anti-innovation. You know what can beat that is procurement. Procurement is pretty much the bane of our existence right now. We've moved to sourcing ideas the same way we source high fructose corn syrup, the lowest bidder, and treat it like a commodity. But that's not going to get us developing products. And nothing's more dangerous than a culture of risk avoidance. When you're based on no, when you're based on avoiding risk, you will not try the new. You will not move on. You will not do interesting things. The only thing more dangerous than this is the short-term culture of Wall Street. When you're worried about making the numbers, your business is essentially doomed because you stopped thinking about what's possible and you just started thinking of short-term, immediate outcomes. Now, what can beat all this? The only thing that can prevent this is a corporate vision. If you set a vision for yourself, you begin to make your business decisions based on where you want to be, not where you are. And that gives me great faith that the creativity at the base of that is really what can drive and save American business. So don't worship the practical at the expense of the possible. This happens way too often, and what it is, it's a short-term, immediate thing, and if I leave you with one thought tonight, I hope that you would think about emphasizing what's possible. Because ideas serve goals, and goals enhance outcomes. These are bigger thoughts that go further, and that really, the new thing is the only thing that gives us sustainability. So ultimately, the only other really way to say it is don't be fierce, bitch. Take a choice, make a choice, make a choice. Don't make it a stupid one, make it a brave one, but do something and try something new and untried. When you do, you create relevancy for yourself, for your businesses, for your companies, and your brand. Just say yes to the new. There was a thought here. When you do, the rewards can be exponential. The more interesting thing lies off the beaten path. That's where all the cool stuff is anyway, so try something new. Thank you very much.